It was a long time ago, 1957, give or take. I was 3 years old, just a little boy with big ears and scabby knees, living on a small farm in Missouri where time moved slow and the world felt enormous. Everything had its own smell back then: the porch wood after a rain, the dusty corners of the chicken coop, even the butter Mama churned on Sundays. But nothing smelled quite like Grandpa. He always carried the scent of pipe smoke, engine grease, and something like old leather left too long in the sun. That morning, the sun was slicing through the kitchen window like a spotlight on the hardwood floor. I was sitting there cross-legged, building towers out of wooden blocks, pretending they were castles. Mama was at the sink humming Blue Moon, her sleeves rolled up, flour on her cheek. And then the screen door creaked open. I looked up, and there he was, my grandfather, 6 foot something, built like an oak tree, wearing a red flannel shirt and mud-caked boots. He walked in slow, always slow, like the world would wait for him, and in his weathered hand he held something small, a pocket knife. It had a smooth wooden handle, light as chestnut, and brass pins so polished they caught the sun. It looked like a treasure, and in my mind, that's exactly what it was. He walked over, knelt down beside me, joints popping with the effort, and said, "This here's the first knife I ever owned. Got it when I was about your age. Maybe a little older. Thought it might be time you had it." I blinked. Didn't even know what to say. I just nodded like I'd been handed a crown. He didn't give it to me outright, though. No, there was a lesson first. He took me out to the woodshed. Just him, me, and that old creaky floor. He found a scrap of soft pine and sat me on a crate. Then he opened the blade, slow and careful, like he was disarming a bomb. "You never rush a blade," he said. "You open it like it could bite, because it can." He put the knife in my hand. My fingers barely wrapped around the handle. He knelt behind me, guiding my hand, his huge calloused mitt covering mine. And together we made the first cut. I remember the sound, that whish of the blade shaving through wood, the pine curling up in thin, perfect ribbons that smelled like Christmas. We didn't say much. He'd hum a little now and then, some old railroad tune, and I'd focus like my life depended on getting that carving just right. I didn't make anything fancy, just a crooked little horse, its legs all uneven and the neck too long. But when I held it up, he nodded like I'd carved a sculpture worthy of a museum. We stayed there a long time. Later that afternoon, Mama found me on the back porch, clutching the knife and the wooden horse like they were relics. She gasped, really gasped, and said, "Daddy, you gave him that thing? He's 3. Grandpa looked up from his pipe and said, "He's smart. Careful, too. Better he learns now than learns the hard way later." Mama didn't argue after that. She just gave me one of those long mom stares, the kind that says, "I'll let this go, but don't push your luck." That night, I didn't want to part with it. I hid the knife under my pillow, just in case anyone tried to take it back. I remember lying there in the dark, running my fingers over the smooth handle, heart pounding like I'd just stolen treasure from a dragon's cave. In the days that followed, I carved little things all over the place: a train, a whale, something that looked more like a potato than anything else. I cut myself once, not deep, but enough to draw blood. I started to cry, but Grandpa just took my hand, looked me in the eye, and said, "You'll remember this one better than the rest. That's how we learn." He was right. I never forgot. That knife, it stayed with me my whole life. Through high school, the army, even college. Sometimes I wouldn't use it for years, but I always knew where it was. Still do. And every time I hold it now, every time I turn it over in my hand, I swear I can feel his hand over mine again, guiding me,